folks. This is Sherman Ray, and this is the Livin in Vegas podcast. Time to get this show on the road, shall we? And welcome, folks. This is Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast. Welcome on a Monday morning. We come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, talk to you about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape Las Vegas. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I personally did. It's probably one of the best weekends I've had in a long, long time. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. We want to welcome all our friends on Facebook who are just getting notification right now. Just being notified right now that yes, Livin in Vegas is on. And if you're on our Facebook page, on our group page, on our business page, or on our new Livin Weekly page, and we'll talk more about that, why that's so significant. I want to welcome you to the show. Chime in anytime you want. Really do. Don't even hesitate. Come on, chime in. Tell us all about what's going on in your weekend. I hope you had a great weekend also. Let's start off talking about my weekend, okay? Because this was actually a pretty good weekend. I ended up going to a friend's wedding reception, and she's been actually married for a couple of weeks now, but decided to have the wedding reception now because it was kind of, their wedding was kind of a small affair, and then they decided to have a bunch of friends come over, so we went over to her place, and they've got a pretty big spread, a couple of hundred people there, it seemed like. Booze flowing, people laughing, chit chat, fun. So we want to, welcome or thank Julie and Richard for inviting Linda and I over to that event. So we had a great time. Got to see some old friends that we haven't seen in a while. And I found out something about wine, which maybe we'll get into later in the week. Probably don't have time to talk about that today. I got to see the Masters this weekend, and that was always cool. Hopefully some of you got to see the Masters tournament this weekend. The guy who ended up winning the thing, Scheffler, was an animal this weekend. Great shots all weekend long. We actually had a local guy in Vegas. My gosh, I forgot the guy's name now because we did a story about him earlier. He played on UNLV. He's a freshman. One of four now freshmen we've had from UNLV who have played in the Masters, which is great. Set a record from the Cayman Islands. Gosh, what's his name? Oh gosh. Okay, I'll remember, or I'll find it before the end of the show. And so the Masters was awesome this weekend. Had a great time watching that. And I got to ride with some of my buddies this weekend. So we were out at Red Rock Canyon this weekend. And got to put in almost about 50 miles this weekend on the bike. And haven't gotten out to Red Rock in quite a while. It's not that, I've got a problem with Red Rock or anything like that. I just I ride the desert. I ride a road bike. So many of you know I ride a lot, and I talk about my road bike a lot. I ride normally north, and Red Rock for me is west. But I'll tell you, could not have picked a better day. My buddy Daryl, who's he's one of the part owners in Walker Furniture, so got to ride with him and Russell. That was always cool. Just love seeing Russell, and got to see Kevin Hanratty, the lawyer, local attorney. Got to see him out there, which is real cool. And a couple other guys. I mean, some local business guys. So let me tell you something. If you're looking for a way to hang out with your buddies and to have fun and talk smack and go cycling, I mean, really do. It's a fun thing. We talk shop. We talk about our wives. We talk politics. A lot of politics. Talk a lot about Vegas because all of my buddies are all old school guys. They're all old school Vegas guys. So we get to get caught up on old school Vegas stuff, which is always fun to do. And so I was telling my friend over at the wedding reception that we went to that night. It was that evening that we went to it, same evening, Saturday evening. Because he was looking for something to do. I said, look, you ought to start riding a lot. We'll get you out there, get you a bike, get you going. And I think my group that I ride with has a total of about 30 guys who ride with us. Now we all don't ride together, and some of us we have not seen each other in a long time, but we're a big community of riders. Of course, my brother-in-law Chip and another friend of mine named George. George is a local architect. He's since retired, but he owned one of the largest architectural firms here in Vegas. Also, Kenny Albert. So Ken Albert, and I'll tell you, I know I'm dropping names, right? Just drop names. Just drop them. But I never met any of these guys until I actually started riding a lot more. And anyways, so I'll tell you more about that later, because we got to get on with the show. Anyways, if you've not had a chance to, I really encourage you to go on to our website, livinvegas.com. Check out our magazine and such cool stuff. Just go over there to livinvegas.com. That's livinvegas.com, and you can actually check out. Oh, sorry. You can actually get our magazine, which is great. It's full of, I think we're a 60 some odd page magazine. It's a digital magazine, so a digital edition of the magazine. You can actually download it right there on the website. Check out our friends and our advertisers that are out there and frequent them, because they're all local guys. I mean, we do generally everything local. That's generally our big thing. We talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. That's really what we're all about. And so we encourage you to go out there and check that out, and check out especially the couple that's on the cover, and that's Kristen and Greg Berta, and they're owners of Junk Luggers. Inside, you'll read a story about them. They're just a fantastic couple. Got a great story, and you can actually check them out. Also, if you don't, let's say you don't have time to download the magazine, or you don't have time to go to the website, send me an email. So all you got to do is send me an email. Send it to info@livinvegas.com, and I will get you on our mailing list, and you'll get this out. You'll get our download of the magazine, plus you'll get a download of our new magazine, which is Livin Weekly magazine. So I'm very excited about Livin Weekly magazine. That's out now also, and you'll actually get to see Livin Weekly magazine, which just went out this weekend. So it just went out Friday. So it's online. Go to livinweekly.com. That's livinweekly.com, and you can actually check that out. It's just we have such a good time. I mean, really do. Just go to livinweekly.com or livinvegas.com. You can actually get both of those magazines, and you can check it all out. Okay? All right. I think I've made all of my announcements today, and I got them all in. All right, cool. All right, so what's happening here in Vegas today? Okay? Well, this is very cool. We're actually starting with a story that is a local story about a local guy who started how do you say this? He started a program, and it's called, what is it? Oh, I didn't even get should have had it in the hood. I don't even have that. Okay, well, I'll tell you about it. Anyways, because for some reason I didn't get the graphic up. It's called Broadway in the Hood. Oh, I probably do have it up there. Yeah, I do. Okay, it's called Broadway in the Hood. So Broadway in the Hood is a locally inspired theater troupe, and they are starting open auditions for The Lion King. So they're starting it for ages 10 to 17, starting today, the 11th, 12th, the 22nd, and the 23rd. We'll leave a link to it on our website at livinvegas.com. And it's a free summer camp, and that runs from May 31st to August 1st. And they're going to be putting on a production of The Lion King, which is just very cool. They'll be out at Craig Ranch Park, and you'll actually be able to check this out. You can also sponsor one of these kids. I mean, if you want to sponsor a child to go to one of these summer camps, you would be surprised what comes out of the summer camps that we have here in Las Vegas. And I really encourage you, if you feel it, we'll leave a link to it on our website at livinvegas.com. But you can sponsor a child who wants to go to music camp, or he wants to go to summer camp or something like that. And it's always very cool. You never know what's going to happen. That child could end up becoming the next, who knows? It generally happens. I mean, it really does. I would be remiss to say that everybody plans out their life the way it is. It generally doesn't work out that way. Generally, they fall into it. Matter of fact, our last mixer that we had, I was speaking with the owner of the horse trailer hideout. Her name is Marissa. Just a lovely lady. Just lovely lady. Tall, funny, fun. Just had a good time with her. And I asked her story. I said, "Look, Marissa, how did you get this bar open?" 'Cause, I mean, it's just very cool. If you've seen us on our Facebook page at Livin in Vegas, on our Facebook, you've seen some of the pictures we posted about the event we just had, and it's just a blast to be there. So she said, "Well, my husband was working here, I was working there, and we decided that we wanted to take control of our lives." And when they took control of their lives, basically, life threw them a curveball. It didn't work out real well, but then they were able to pivot, and they basically sold everything they had to start the horse trailer hideout. And it's at 1506 South Main Street. I know the address by heart because I was talking about it for a couple of months as a lead up to our event. It's a fantastic place. I mean, my gosh, it is. I mean, it's not just cool. It's really fantastic. They have a artwork on the wall by a guy called oh gosh, I can't forget. There's so much knowledge in this head. I forgot the guy's name, but his artwork is all over the state. It's in the state. It's in California, I believe it is. I think it's in Idaho, Arizona, Utah, that kind of stuff. His artwork is everywhere. And they have a wall that is it's like a 30-foot wall. It's got to be longer than 30 foot. Maybe 40-foot wall. By 12 foot high, 15 foot high built. And it is plastered with this guy's stuff. And it is just phenomenal. I'll have to show you a picture of it. I don't have time right now, but I would love to show you a picture of some of the work that this guy does. And it was just fantastic. I took a picture of my wife as she was sitting there. Oh, do I have a... Yeah, I've got a picture of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to even see it, folks. But I'm going to show you a picture of it, and let's see if you can actually even see it. I'm going to put it up near the camera here and see if you can see that. Can you see that? I think you can see it. Yeah, I think you can see that. But this guy's work is everywhere, all over the place. And it's called Pretty Done. Okay. Oh, Pretty Done. That's what it was. So Pretty Done, that's the wall that's in the horse trailer hideout. It's just fantastic. Anyways, you never know what comes out of Vegas because of, if you inspire somebody, you help somebody else out. And one of those things could happen with the troupe that's working out over doing the thing at Broadway in the Hood. So it's very cool. So let's talk a little bit about the Oakland A's. Governor Sisolak, who many of you know, is been in the news just a little bit especially about the A's. The Oakland A's, who have been trying to come here to Las Vegas for a couple of years now. Governor Sisolak said recently in a statement that he was not going to allow the Oakland A's to use taxpayer money to pay for any of their new proposed stadium if they moved here to Las Vegas. Now, this is very interesting. I'm not going to get political here. I'm not going to say anything about Governor Sisolak. I am saying that the Oakland A's have been wanting, and they said, "Hey, we want to be here. We need a little help to move." Okay, so I think there needs to be public comment on this. I really do. I think there needs to be public comment on this because we got Allegiant Stadium that was paid for in part by public funding, and Allegiant Stadium is like the bad boy of the Southwest right now. It's just a phenomenal place. People are coming here all the time. Is it an investment in the city? Oh, you better believe it. It's bringing in all kinds of business. Now, had it been a little further in town, it might have brought a little more love to the rest of the city, but it is what it is. And Governor Sisolak was instrumental in it as a county commissioner to get Allegiant Stadium here. Now the A's want to come in and there's kind of a hesitancy for them to come in, but it is what it is. And, we'll see what happens. So maybe public comment will have to happen as a result of this newest revelation about the A's. The National Atomic Testing Museum held an event this weekend here in town, and what they basically did is they brought in a program called Water Wonderland. Okay, and children ages 10 to 14 got a chance to learn many different coding skills while learning about water treatment steps. Okay, which is really cool. They were able to build a hydroponic micro garden with recycled materials. They learned about the effects of drought and even cook up an aquifer parfait snack, which is kind of cute. I think that's very cute. So I think for us in the desert, we are going to probably see a continued move. And I know I say this a lot, folks, but I think because we live in the desert and because we have this unique topography, it's my word of the day, topography. We have this unique environment that we are probably going to see as time goes on. More and more people try to solve problems based upon, and it's going to come out of here, out of the desert. As it is right now, I believe Bigelow Technologies, Bigelow Aerospace, has been able to do a lot of cool things here in the valley for the Mars lander, that kind of stuff, based upon the fact that his company, Bigelow, is located here in the desert. And they're part of the space station, they're part of the Mars mission, they're doing all kinds of stuff like that. And I think it's part of it is because of our unique climate here in the desert. And when you talk about space, you talk about desolate areas, that you learn how to recycle water. You learn how to use things a lot differently if you're in that environment in the first place, which is really cool. Let's stop for just a second and give you I've got a special message for you. And do I still have it, or did I get rid of it? No, I did. Okay. All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Yeah, folks, and if you would like to be a part of the Livin in Vegas podcast, I really encourage you to write to us at advertising@livininvegas.com, and you can actually get on the show. Get your name out there. I mean, really, that's what it's all about. Get your name out there. We actually had a mixer Thursday of last week, and I'll tell you, I met some really cool people. I mean, not just cool people. I mean, just really interesting, cool doctors, lawyers, investment people, that kind of stuff. And the only way you do that is if you get the word out about it. And we want to help you as a business owner. We've got a special pricing that is set up for you. And we encourage you to take advantage of it now, because as we get bigger and bigger, I'll tell you, we just can't help. We can't help but feel obligated that we need to reach out to the business community or people who have got nonprofits, that kind of stuff, that we might be able to help. Okay, I think that works out. If you are into craft breweries like we are here in Livin in Vegas, you know that craft beer lives and dies on aluminum cans. It's a big move now. It used to be that people used nothing but glass, but now they're more and more using cans. Well, evidently the aluminum can industry is finding that they're having to bear the brunt of the pandemic, low supplies that are coming out of China, because China evidently is one of the major distributors of aluminum products. And so they did an interview with one of the craft breweries in town, and they said, you know what, our prices have gone up. North Fifth Street Brewery in particular, Amanda Payon, said that her prices have gone up 30 to 40% for craft beer, the cans. Okay, the cans. Now they've not had to pass those prices on yet to the consumer, but it's just a matter of time, folks. So it's a tough one. Go out right now and enjoy yourself while you can, because it's gonna eventually come, and you just don't want it to last very long. UNLV, it's going smoke free, folks. Yeah, UNLV is going smoke free, and it's you know they mentioned beginning of the fall of 2022 they're going to go smoke free. Um, and the reason why I bring up UNLV is because I love UNLV. You all know it. We all know it. I generally have UNLV stuff around me all over the place. As a matter of fact, them and the Las Vegas Aces, who we'll talk about in just a second here. Loved UNLV, and UNLV had a crackerjack. It's my next word. Had a crackerjack weekend. Uh, so the ladies, the track and field. Oh my gosh! So I've got a friend of mine. Gosh, what's his first name? Golly, Lee Scott. So UNLV track and field. Okay. Oh, sorry. UNLV track and field. The girls had 9 personal bests at the Triton Invitational over the weekend. That's in La Jolla, California. And my friend Lee Scott, his daughter, her name is Aaliyah, and she actually won the 400-meter hurdles with a season best 1 minute 97 seconds. And Aaron Thompson placed third in the high jump, season best 1.62 meters. Emma Wallenmeyer finished fifth, 400-meter run, personal best, of course. Followed by Milo Powell, 14th in the personal best. So a lot of girls did such a great job in the Triton Invitational, which is just fantastic. Let's go on to women's tennis. So the women's tennis, they also did a great job. Women's tennis. Okay, our women's tennis group, they won on Senior Day Sunday. UNLV's women's tennis team celebrated a trio of seniors before downing Wyoming 4-1. Beautiful Sunday at Fertitta Tennis Complex. So they did an awesome job over there. Also, our girls softball. I'll tell you, it just doesn't end. Okay, the softball. This was a thriller, folks. The girls softball, we actually lost to San Diego State 7-6, but it wasn't like it was, this one went to extra innings. It had to go to extra innings, but the Aztecs beat us 7-6. But the guys, hey, guess what? The guys over at the Rebels over at UNLV, we beat the Wolfpack. Woohoo! That's right, we beat the Wolfpack, and we love it. 8-9, or 9-8, I guess you would call it. So we did a great job with that. You can't ask for much more than that. I mean, you really can't. UNLV is just on a tear. I've been noticing more and more that because we do a lot of UNLV stuff. I mean, we do. I've got to say it. We probably do more UNLV stuff than we do Vegas Golden Knights. Oh, who, by the way, won. Got to watch the end of that game on Saturday evening. Actually, no. It was on Saturday. It was on Saturday, wasn't it? They beat the Canucks 6-1. I got to watch part of it, and then they switched the game to the UFC. But anyways, we do more UNLV stuff here on this podcast than anywhere else. I mean, I know it by far, just because we have a love for UNLV, and we have that affinity for UNLV. So, but I've been noticing more and more that more and more stations, regular terrestrial stations, the big newscasts are starting to cover UNLV. Better late than never, I would say. But you know what? We love Vegas. This is why this is called Livin in Vegas magazine, Livin in Vegas podcast. That's really what we're all about. We're about Las Vegas and the things that make Las Vegas strong. As a matter of fact, you can go onto our website or onto our Facebook page, and you'll see 99.99999% of the articles you'll see on our website, either at Livin in Vegas magazine or Livin Weekly magazine, that have to do with Las Vegas. And it's not because we think that other places don't have good enough stories. It's just that really you're here to hear about Las Vegas. You're really here to hear about what's going on in our valley, and that's what we want to give you each and every day. Okay, so okay, what else is going on this weekend? The Aviators, folks. Guess what happened with the Aviators? Okay, I know it's like sports center, right? But the Aviators actually closed out their series with Reno and tied the series 3-3. It was a 6-game homestand against Reno. We closed it out with a 1-0. We beat them 5-4. So we tied it 5-4, and it was tied all the way to the ninth inning. And the bottom of the ninth, we were able to get a 1-run in, and we were able to take the Reno Aces and win. So here's a cool thing that I know I'm probably giving away the store on this one, but when you look up games on the Aviators, and we want to offer our services for this. Reno, if you want to find out what's going on with the Aces, you really can see any pictures of the Aces in what they do. And so we encourage the Aces because we will talk about you guys all day long. But we want to see Aces forward coverage of your games, because everybody else's covers their games, and they're like, so if you find out anything about this homestand, most of the homestand stuff I found out really was from Reno, because Reno really covers their Aces, even though we beat them. So I know, but it is what it is. So I encourage our friends over at the Las Vegas Aces to hire us. You can hire us. We'll come by and we'll cover all your games. Okay, we'll cover all your games, and we'll take pictures and we'll do all that kind of stuff to make it, because people love you guys. They really do. We do. Let's see here. Oh, let's do this one more time. Okay, we're going to do this one more time, folks, because you've got to see it. I mean, I think it's... Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right. And once again, if you would like to be on the show, folks, just contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. We'll get you on. Special pricing, and hopefully we can make you famous. We'll get you go viral. Okay, some cool stuff. As a matter of fact, I think tomorrow we're going to actually do another excerpt of our interview with a pastor who we just interviewed recently, who went to Poland. And I think you're really going to enjoy that. It was such a cool thing. Ferris, his name is Richard Ferris. And Richard had a great story, brought up some cool things that really, unless you're an eyewitness to it, it's very tough for you to convey what you actually, see as a result of that. So we really encourage you to be here with us later on this week as we talk about the interview. We talk about Poland, we talk about Ukraine, and the local connection with Las Vegas with a pastor who actually was on the ground there and got to see it all happen. Okay. Anyways, we're out of time, folks. We'll be back again tomorrow. with Livin in Vegas podcast, where we'll talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. I'm Sherman Ray, publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. We'll talk to you soon, folks. Bye-bye.